I believe truly that this is the most important aspect of anyone's life that has to be addressed in today's world, especially the youngsters. Yes, Dr. Ramarao Garu mentioned about birthday gifts and school exam tensions. Well, I thought of mentioning all of that. So, which means all of us have gone through it. Well, I was one of those kids who never perturbed with exams, but my mom also didn't get anxious about it. Okay, so we have different human beings reacting in different ways. I used to feel like, why are these kids, when I saw kids much later, 10 years later, why are these kids getting so tensed about their exams? Well, they need to do their homework properly and they need to prepare well. So if you miss out on that, then you're going to land up getting tensed. So stress management is all about taking charge of our lifestyles, thoughts, emotions, and the way one deals with problems. That's why, Mahatma Gandhiji said, think before you speak, which can put an end to the beginning of the problems if we think before we speak. No matter how stressful our life seems, there are steps one can take to relieve the pressure and regain control. If you're living with high levels of stress, you're putting your entire life at risk. Stress wreaks havoc on our emotional equilibrium as well as our physical health. It narrows our ability to think clearly, function effectively, and also destroys our life. So, effective stress management, on the other hand, helps you break the hold stress has on your life so you can be happier, healthier, and more productive. Goal is very, very important in one's life. It is the goal that can get you to going to any extent. If people have achieved miraculously, it is because they have a very clear goal, and once your goal is oriented, you don't stress at all. That's my personal experience. Well, the ultimate goal is a balanced life with time for work, relationships, relaxation, and fun, and the resilience to hold up under pressure and meet challenges head on. This is very important, to be able to be resilient to pressure. But as speaker said, stress management is not one that fits all. That's why it's important to experiment and find out what works best for you, for every individual. So you need to identify the sources of stress in your life. To identify, you have to look closely at your habits, your attitude, and excuses. So do you explain away stress as temporary, or do you say it's an integral part of your work or home life or a part of your personality? Do you blame stress on other people or outside events, or view it as entirely normal and unexceptional? This is very, very important. This is dissecting the cause for your stress. Stress is an automatic response from your nervous system. So distinguish between the shoulds and the musts, and when possible say no. Don't take on too much. Avoid people who stress you out, and if someone is consistently causing stress, just keep them out of your life and end the relationship. If you can't change the stressor, change yourself. You can adapt to stressful situations and regain your sense of control by changing your expectations and attitude. Expectation is the biggest problem. It is the stress creator. It is the mother of the stress creator. So in life, don't expect anything from anybody. This is my life learning, what I'm telling you. Don't expect, not from your sister, not from your mother, not from your daughter, not from your boss. Just do what you think is best. Try to improve upon yourself every day. How can I be better tomorrow? How can I be better from this moment? Every day work on yourself, your behavior, your attitude, the way you speak to others. Don't link it to the response from the others. How they behave, just don't consider that. If you consider that, then everything goes wrong. You're responding to someone else's behavior, which means you're not yourself. What is very important is try to be yourself and be a better yourself every day. So, some sources of stresses probably are unavoidable. It could be, a death of a loved one or some serious illness to someone who you care, and so with which you need to cope. You need to accept those things. Acceptance may be difficult, but in the long run it's easier than railing against a situation you can't change. So don't try to control the uncontrollable. There are many people whose attitude and behavior you just can't change. Please don't even attempt it, because you're wasting your time, you're wasting your life. Okay, so just work on yourself and just be happy. Be happy, keep smiling, just love people. Don't entertain hatred, negativity. No, big cross. Okay, always do the tick marking every day. Were you good to people? Were you kind to people? Did you do something, some favor to people? Were you helpful to someone? All these things are important in life. See, the world is changing so drastically. We were talking this morning also, things are deteriorating. People are not having moral values, more into illegal activities. No, that's a very small percentage of people. Maybe I hope it's just 1%. Okay, the good people are 90% plus. So because we can't be other than good, because we don't sleep well if we harm somebody, isn't it? If we abuse somebody that night, you are toiling more than the other person. So let's not consider what the others are, and learn to forgive. Accept the fact that we live in an imperfect world and that people make mistakes. Okay, so let go anger and resentments. Free yourself from negative energy by forgiving and moving on. Move on. So share your feelings, express it with people who are willing to listen. They just need to be good listeners. They don't need to be someone who's going to give you a solution, but it's important to let go by speaking to others. And when you're stressed, the last thing you probably feel like doing is getting up and exercising, but physical activity is a huge stress reliever. Exercise releases endorphins that make you feel good, and it can also serve as a valuable distraction from your daily worries. There's nothing more calming than spending quality time with other human beings. So please do that. Nurturing yourself is a necessity, it's not a luxury. So if you regularly make time for fun and relaxation, you will be in a better place to handle life's stresses. Do something you enjoy every day, whatever it may be, as long as it's not illegal. I always, our chairman always tells us, do not do anything wrong, because that's what gets you into trouble. It creates stress in life. More than momentarily, temporarily, it may give you pleasures and a lot of materialistic things, but in the long run it's going to cause a lot of stress. So let go the materialistic world. Just as Ramarao Garu was mentioning, doesn't matter, buy what you can afford. Don't compare with what others have, and enjoy what you have. Enjoy it thoroughly. So keep your sense of humor, the ability to laugh at yourself, not only at others. So relaxation techniques like yoga, meditation, deep breathing, all these lead to your body's relaxation response. They activate it. And time management is very important, because poor time management can cause a lot of stress. It stretches too thin, running behind, and it's hard to stay calm and focused. I did experience it a bit in this morning. and I was rushing to be here by 10 o'clock. I made it on time. Yeah. So, well, we all go through it. I'm just trying to say that we all have those little stresses, you know. We all have it. No one is exceptional. But, you know, try to do things in such a way you can manage it. So, there are things you can do to achieve a healthier work-life balance. Prioritize tasks. Make a list of tasks you have to do and tackle them in order of importance. Do the high priority items first. You know, when I came into business, I always grew up, I always say this also, I always grew up that I am going to be a businesswoman. So when I met my husband, I told him that I cannot be a very good homemaker. Homemaker is a tough job, definitely. So I said, but I grew up with this mindset that I have to be a businesswoman, so I just can't be a homemaker alone. Yes, I am a good homemaker too, but I just can't be a homemaker alone. So he agreed for it. So make it very clear what is important in your life. But then when I came here, I had to take up a business that was not of my choice, because the businesses, other businesses were already held by somebody else, you know. So I had to pick from the choice I had. And, you know, for the fear of sitting at home, I picked this finance activity, which is not my cup of tea, you know. So it was difficult from day one, understanding the business, running it, growing it, keeping it stable through growth. Because when I joined the company, it was 100 crores, and I built it over a period of 23 years, 28 times the business. Last year, we touched 10,000 crores turnover. So, definitely, you know, wasn't there stress? Yes, there was stress, but you have to manage your stress. You have to enjoy what you're doing. You have to be passionate. Then you can manage your stress. And especially, we are in the business of giving money and recovering, which is a very tough thing, you know. They show us stars. People show us stars. In Telugu, antam మేము చుక్కలు చూపిస్తారని. సో మాకు చుక్కలు కనపడతానే ఉంటాయి పగలపూట కూడా, you know. But then we learn how to deal with them, and we have a mechanism in place, you know. We are tough at our job, you know, because that's how we have to be. It's public money. We need to collect every pie and repay it to every single person. So, delegate responsibilities, which I am good at. You know, I always believe in decentralizing, giving, you know, responsibilities and a lot of monitoring, follow-up, so that you get the job done. And then, of course, healthy diet is a must, and sleeping. My father-in-law, the chairman of the group, you know, used to just sleep 4 to 5 hours. So just imagine how it is. You have this elderly man sleeping only 4 to 5 hours and just working 18-20 hours a day. So my God, that is a big stress, isn't it? Because you have this great legend out there, and then he's working so hard. So, you know, definitely it drives all of us. We all take initiative. We all tried. I too tried sleeping only 5 hours. I did manage with that 5 hours sleep for quite a bit of time, almost 15 years, but no more. Today my body tells me, no, Shailaja, you need 6 to 7 hours sleep, and I sleep 6 to 7 hours now, so that I'm thinking better and I'm working better, more efficiently. So listen to your body. So the World Labour Report produced by the UN's international organization states stress has become one of the most serious health issues of the 20th century and a worldwide epidemic. So today, I think more than any other disease, it is a silent killer. It's causing heart diseases, blood pressure, chest pain, all of these things. So it is time we started having stress management clinics across the country. So Mr. Uday Reddy, I think, has to get a private equity investment, and you need to start up this chain of stress management clinics. I'm telling you, they will do better than the beauty clinics. So I hope, you know, it was worth calling me, you know, to give this business idea, you know, free of cost. Free of cost. Yeah. So let's get one thing straight. We are not aiming towards being stress-free all the time. That's unrealistic. So we only attempt at having lesser stress. So in the words of William James, the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. I truly believe it. So replace those negative thoughts with positive statements and challenge and change the way you see and experience the world. Finally, patience and endurance at all times has been the way that I could manage my life all through. Thank you so much.